Hello, Kurt Hake here. This is my project proposal for Malwell App Development class. For my project, I would like to adapt a card game that I created physically a few years ago. With just a couple tweaks to the rules, the card game should work well as an app, even though you're playing against the computer rather than real opponents. So, in preparation for this proposal, I actually went ahead and completed the card game tutorial early. So, based on how easy that app was to code, I'm pretty confident that I can make this one. My game is more complex, but still manageable. Obviously, my app will also have several different features that the Handlebar Labs app didn't have, such as more screens, more options, images, sounds, all that sort of things. So right now my plan is to have 5 screens. The first one is very simple. The purpose here is to have a nice image when the app is opened and to allow the user 2 options, select a level or play a randomly generated match. So a random match will skip to screen 4 while the level select button goes to screen 2. Screen 2 is the level select screen. It is very similar to the quiz select screen in the quiz app that we built earlier. Like in that app, each choice in the scrollable list is just an option that contains several parameters to pass in when the game begins. Screen 3 is the last options screen. Now that a level is selected, this screen will display a short story blurb and then allow the user to pick from 4 characters before starting the game. Screen 4 is the one that contains the real game. The top row displays the 3 opponents, which are determined by the level selected, or chosen randomly if the random option was picked. The next row shows the card that each opponent has played, and then the middle shows your character, your card, and the current scores. At the bottom are the cards in your hand, which will start with 9 cards and go down to 0 eventually as the cards are played. And then once you have no cards left, the game is finished. So the 5th and final screen displays the results once that game is finished. So if you win, you can go to the next level. Otherwise, you can try again. And in either case, there's also an option to return to the first screen. So a few of the features that I described are definitely not essential, so I could be flexible during the development process and maybe cut a few things. However, considering how similar most of the pieces here are to apps that we've already built, I expect that I will have time to include almost everything, and maybe even some more features that I think of as I go along with the process. Really, I expect that the only really difficult screen to code will be the game itself. So I will get started on that piece early so it can be very polished. And that's my proposal, so thanks for watching.